Have you ever noticed on the back of probably any item in your kitchen, there's a recipe on the back? Well, y'all, I was cooking, looking at different ingredients in my cabinets, and I thought, why not try some of these? I wonder if each ingredient kind of knows their stuff about whatever it is and knows how to use it in a recipe. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's video. We're actually going to make a dinner recipe on the back of a mac and cheese box. And then why not make a chocolate chip cookie recipe from a bag of Ghiradelli chocolate chips? Let's see how good they are. So the first recipe we're gonna be cooking today is a dinner recipe, and this is a chicken Parmesan mac and cheese. So this is the mac and cheese we're gonna use for this recipe. It's just the Kraft Deluxe in the creamy Alfredo flavor. And on the back is the recipe we're gonna try. It's chicken Parmesan mac and cheese. Very easy, you can see only like 5 or 6 ingredients on there. But I thought, why not? Because sometimes we just need a really easy recipe, and something like this is just a great starter. It's gonna get us going on dinner. All right, like I said, there's literally 5 ingredients in this recipe. We're gonna start with that box of mac and cheese. We're also gonna need a little bit of marinara sauce. This is just our favorite Rayo's marinara. We have a little bit of shredded mozzarella cheese. We're gonna use some basil, mainly for a garnish. And then we're gonna need some chicken tenders, frozen breaded chicken tenders. And these are so good. This is the Just Bare brand. We find these at our local Food Lion, but Walmart should have them as well. They have no hormones, steroids, no artificial ingredients or preservatives. So since we are using kind of a processed mac and cheese base, trying to use a little something better for the chicken tenders. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're just gonna cook that mac and cheese according to the box directions. All right, so the recipe on the back of that mac and cheese calls for 4 chicken tenders, and I'm gonna show y'all these. They're kind of on the small side, and there's 4 of us in our family, so I'm actually gonna do 8 chicken tenders because I feel like 2 is a serving size, and that'll be, you know, a good amount for this meal. So I'm gonna get about 8 chicken tenders in here. And of course, this part you could really do as many as you needed to, as many as you felt like your family would eat. So while our water is coming up to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and air fry these chicken tenders. I'm gonna do them about 365 for probably about 15 minutes. All right, funny story for y'all while we're waiting on everything. So every time we buy Kraft mac and cheese, it reminds me of my childhood, of course, and my grandmother. She had this friend, it was her boyfriend, but she probably don't want me to say that. He would buy her gifts all the time, but it was always the most practical thing she needed, like a whole bunch of paper towels, stuff like that, right? Well, one year for Christmas, y'all, he bought me like maybe 50 boxes of Kraft mac and cheese. So yeah, anytime that we're making Kraft mac and cheese now, I always think of that in our pantry, stocked full of mac and cheese when I was a kid, thanks to Bill. Okay, this mac and cheese has, it says Alfredo, but I guess that's like Parmesan or something, because it also has like the sauce right there. Oh, that's white cheddar cheese, and that's Alfredo. So that's interesting. All right, our water's boiling. Noodles going in. I was gonna see how many servings. It says it makes 4 servings, so this definitely is not gonna make a ton. So you could definitely use 2 boxes of mac and cheese, you know, to feed your family, depending on how much you needed. All right, let's give these chicken tenders a look. They're starting to brown up nicely. I think I'm gonna grab a fork and just give them a little flip. I do have my little air fryer parchment paper down in here. But yes, these little chicken tenders, we actually just started buying the sandwich fillets. They make a spicy sandwich fillet, kind of like Chick-fil-A, and we love them. And they are so good in very few ingredients. They're just really good. So, all right, let's pop these back in there for just a few more minutes. All right, I have my little baking sheet. I'm gonna give it a little spray. So I'm just transferring these over to a baking sheet. So next, I just have some of our Rayo's, and I'm just gonna sauce each one of these little chicken tenders, just like you would chicken parm. Just gonna put a little on each one because the recipe says to add some of this sauce to the mac and cheese as well. And this is just a very simple dinner. We're about to head into back to school time and everything is kind of starting back up. If you're like us, you only really get a very short break from everything. So this would be a really good dinner for those busy nights. A really quick dinner, I should say. Okay, I'm gonna save the rest of that for the mac and cheese. Let me grab this shredded mozzarella, sprinkle some on each one. I'm definitely glad we cooked 8 of these chicken tenders. I probably could even afford to cook maybe 1 more per person. Now I'm just gonna pop this into the oven just for maybe 5 minutes. All we're doing is melting this mozzarella cheese. So our macaroni noodles are cooked, but let's get our white cheddar cheese sauce in there. And for this recipe, I was just thinking you could probably just add some regular elbow noodles to this instead of buying 2 boxes, because we're gonna add the red sauce and everything else. All right, I think this is Alfredo, like powder or something. Let's just dump it in. Looks like ranch powder. All right, let's give everything a stir. Chicken tenders are probably about done. Let's go ahead and try one of these. Better than I expected, to be honest with you. Never had this kind of mac and cheese, but yeah, pretty good. All right, y'all, so we're just gonna plate everything up. We're just gonna do it individually. So first, let's start with some of that mac and cheese. Next, I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit more of our sauce. Just a little bit. Then next, a few of our little chicken tenders, a couple of our little miniature chicken parms on there. And then just a little chopped basil. Because we're gonna make this boxed mac and cheese look just a little bit fancy. Who knew adding some green weeds to stuff makes it look better? Pretty easy dinner. Do some chicken tenders, boxed mac and cheese. You have a really decent chicken parm. Serve some breadsticks with this, maybe a salad. I think this will be actually really good. So this recipe is gonna come to us from the back of the Ghiradelli milk chocolate chips bag, all right? We're gonna see if Ghiradelli knows their stuff and knows how to make a good chocolate chip cookie. Preheat the oven to 375, check. What?
How many N's and F's do you have in your name?
N's and F's? I have 1 F and 2 N.
Okay, great.
Have no more F's.
There's no F's, Hayden.
Flour. How much flour is this? 2
That's
cups?
2 1/4.
No, it's not.
Two.
Yeah, it is. 2 1/4. There's a quarter. Here's
Call
2.
someone who cares. You left out about 1/8 of that cup right there.
Here's a quarter.
Here's a quarter.
Here's a quarter. Call someone who cares. Y'all, leave a comment if you're still watching this video right now.
Please.
Of course, I really will have the recipe all down below for y'all if you want to try these out. We're adding the salt and the baking soda. Okay.
I was thinking pepper when you said that. I'm glad you said baking soda.
Don't. All right. There's a bug in here.
Where?
No, there ain't. I'm seeing stuff.
You're seeing stuff.
I have floaters. All right, stir this up. Stir up your flour, salt, baking soda. Stir it real good. All right, to this bowl, I'm bringing out my inner Aunt Paula with these 2 sticks of butter. This is salted butter. So we actually did a little bit less salt in the flour mixture we just did because we are using salted butter. I generally don't buy unsalted butter because I really don't do that much baking, and everything I make uses salted butter. So that's what we're using. All right, we got our butter in there, 3/4 a cup of each white sugar.
Hold on. Look at that packed. How nicely packed that is. Oh yeah, I did that, y'all. All right.
All right, now we're just gonna beat this together until everything is creamy.
Beat it. Beat it.
Oh, come on now. Let brown sugar. Oh, wait, I'm scared. You packed it a little too much. We're not measuring. This is not a night for measuring.
No, it's not.
This is not a night for measuring. Vanilla. Okay, good. We're gonna add 2 eggs.
Just throw it in the sink. Oh.
No, that's weird.
Put it in that thing. You said that's weird.
Get your Rachel Ray trash bowl. Spill your egg all over your counter. The reason I do it in here first is because I really don't want eggshells in here. Although we're having fun, I don't want a crunchy eggshell cookie, okay? Is that one?
Yep.
Oh my goodness, see, that's why I do it, y'all. If I would have put those eggs right in that bowl, this little thing would have been hidden forever and somebody would have crunched on an eggshell. All right, we have our vanilla and our egg in there. Whisk it again. I'm gonna have to edit this video so much.
Well, that's because your vulgarities.
It's yours.
That's yours too.
What else do I do? Pour some in. That's probably good. Stir it around. We're just gonna add some chocolate chips.
Did you add all of them?
Sure.
I think the thing did say add up like 2 cups.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stir this together. This actually does look good. I just forget how thick cookie dough is. And we are gonna add some walnuts, but I have one child over here who wants some without the walnuts, just regular old chocolate chip cookies. So I'm gonna scoop a few out and then we're gonna add the walnuts in. All right, so I'm just gonna use my little scooper. Scoop a few out.
Just a scooper doodad.
All right, next I'm just gonna add in these chopped walnuts. But we already have our oven at 375. These only bake 8 to 10 minutes, it says. That's one thing I used to always do with cookies. I would always overcook them because when cookies are done, they don't look done. And so I would let them go a few more minutes until they looked brown. Well, by that time they're burnt. So when you think cookies are not done, go ahead and pull them out, let them sit for 5 minutes, and they'll be perfect. All right, 8 to 10 minutes. You know what would be really good with these cookies?
What?
Some coffee. On a serious note, y'all, I just remembered this. I created a Facebook group the other night and it's called Repeat Worthy Dinners. My hope is that it's a place where we can all share recipes that we've tried recently. I would love to get ideas from you guys on there, maybe even share some on the channel every once in a while. But really, I just want it to be a place where we can ask questions about different recipes or just share things that we've made. I'm really excited about it. So I'll link it down below, but it's on Facebook and it's called Repeat Worthy Dinners. So I hope you'll join us over there. All right, so since this recipe makes a ton of cookies, like we said, so I'm gonna lay them out flat on this cookie sheet. I'm gonna pop them into the freezer until they are frozen solid, and then I can just pop each little cookie dough ball into a freezer bag and they'll be ready from the freezer. We can just pop these on a cookie sheet whenever we are wanting some cookies again, and they'll be ready to go. These are just my little air fryer parchment paper little pieces because I don't have any regular parchment paper. So, all right, I'm gonna pop these in the freezer. We have about 3 minutes on our fresh cookies. I'm excited. Let's make some coffee to go with them. All right, these are just barely starting to brown up a little bit. They smell delicious, y'all. I'm getting ready to throw them all on the floor too. Move your cookies to your cooling rack. Y'all, that looks delicious. Oh my goodness, they look good.
Does Ghiradelli know how to? Is it Ghiradelli? Ghiradelli?
No N.
Ghiradelli?
Ghiradelli.
Ghiradelli?
Ghiradelli.
They know how to make some cookies.
They can guarantee you a good cookie. All right, y'all. I know this video was all over the place, but thank you for cooking along with us today. We actually had so much fun and both these recipes were really good. I hope you will give them a try and I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you real soon in the next video. Bye, y'all.